What is happening, my peeps and peepettes? It's your King Red Power back at the reviewing station for the next exciting video review of the Transformers The Last Night action figures Premiere Edition. And here is none less Bumblebee, the figure that I said in the previous video that I had every intentions of reviewing next in line. But before we get to the action figure at hand, I also want to mention a little bit of an update with that last previous video review where I had two Berserker action figures, one being warped like hell that I could not fix up and I said I was going to return, and the other one being pretty clean, and which was basically what I was reviewing throughout the whole video. So anyway, for the first figure, I did take it back. I didn't take it back to the exact same Walmart I got it from, so I guess you know, depending, it doesn't really matter, seeing as it comes from a Walmart store one way or another, as long as they're carrying the same items, they don't have a problem accepting it from another store, which is pretty freaking A, and I was not expecting that at all, but yeah, that information came up last night, and I do appreciate everyone that explained that situation to me, because you saved me a little bit of gas, so thank you very much. Anyway, I did return it, got a refund, and traded up for something very special that I've been looking forward to, and I'm sure some people out there have been looking forward to me reviewing this big behemoth here. So yeah, I'm just going to show you real quickly. Yep, I've got myself finally at long last, never owned one, a pretty freaking sweet ATST with the pilot on the inside. And he's such a cutie, yes he is, yes you're so cute. You are so adorable, I just love you, I could eat you up, but that's a review for another time. Let me stop that before I get all crazy. So let's go ahead and get to today's video review, which we're almost 2 minutes in, and here it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. That's first and foremost a partake of every single video review on this channel. So get a nice picture of Bumblebee here for the nice image of the packaging. We got Bumblebee's name, we got the Autobot logo, we got Transformers The Last Night, we got Hasbro's logo right there, Transformers going across the top, we got Premiere Edition right here at the very top right corner. And right here, I forgot to show this off as a matter of fact. Let me just go ahead and find his packaging real quickly. Here it is. So yeah, I do apologize for not showing this off on Berserker's review, but at the top of the packaging they do show off a few characters from the movie. We got Optimus Prime, we got Drift and Bumblebee making up the Autobots packaging, and on the Decepticon packaging we got Megatron with Berserker and Barricade, and I believe that's every last single character of the Decepticons in the movie. So anyway, onto the side of the packaging here, which I'm going to raise the camera and get my camera to focus back in on this thing. Here you get the nice summary of Bumblebee, which is Courageous Scout, and that's basically it. Short and sweet. It just gets it out of the way a lot quicker. So here on the back of the packaging, we got Bumblebee and Bumblebee in his vehicle form, all done in computer rendering, which, you know, that's the way it's going to be from this point forward, I guess. I also got other characters available, Dinobot Slash and Berserker, which I previously reviewed, and that's it for the packaging. Alright, so here is Bumblebee in all of his glory in his vehicle form, but before we take a look at this very nice 2017 Camaro, or should I say 2015 at the time, I believe 2015? I'm going to have to go back and look, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the only content that's available with this figure, which is this set of instructions. So here it is, plain and simple. It's all in gray color, except for the fact that anything that's actually being moved on the instructions, it's done in red for the Autobots, purple be Decepticons. Onto the back here, and here's a nice look from vehicle form to robot form in very small scale. It takes more than just glasses. You need a magnifying glass to see this stuff. Other characters available, Barricade, Berserker, and Slash. And there you go. There you have that. So, here is Bumblebee, and I'm going to be very careful not to touch this figure way too much because I have done a little bit of some improvements on him using some monotone chrome, and I do love that stuff. So, I've chromed out his Chevrolet logo on the front. I've chromed out some of his exhaust pipes on the back, also the Chevrolet logo right there. I've also chromed out what looked to be like Autobot insignias, which were not completely sculpted. Unfortunately, it's just a flat surface, but hey, it's there. I also fixed up these windows here because they were slacking paint thereof, so I did fix that up, and see what this thing can really do here. It does have some nice rolling wheels, works pretty good. They are actually on those those kind of clips which can be removed very easily. These are not actually pinned in here, so modifiers could have a field day with this. So there you got that. There's not much really going on here with this car, to tell you the truth. I mean, it is a nice paint job, and it really does work for a tie-in, or should I say in lieu of an actual real deluxe action figure that we'll be getting for this line for Bumblebee, which does look pretty sweet, to tell you the truth. Here's a picture of what it's going to look like very soon. I cannot wait to get my hands on that figure, maybe wait 3, 4 if it goes that far. But anyway, as it is, for everything that Hasbro painted here, we got a nice hood painted here. We got some nice grill painted here. We got the taillights that are painted here, and even the back license plate is painted as well. The spoiler is painted. So they did a pretty good job. Oh yeah, they also painted down here, and they did paint the windows. I just had to fix that up because they were lacking thereof. And, you know, for the most part, I know people say they're cheaping out on the Premier Edition, but when it comes to the vehicle form, it's actually pretty good. My camera is playing a fool for you, though, as the yellow paint that they are using still does not match up with the actual plastic that is being used for this figure. And it's unfortunate that they still can't get that right these days. But anyway, that's basically it. There is weapon storage, by the way. I mean, you should know this. It's the exact same figure from Age of Extinction's toy line, just redone, redecoed, and that's basically it. It's just a simple paint job. But again, it's not the real deluxe figure to be expected. That one's coming later on this year. But for brief side-by-side comparisons with another figure of this scale from this series, well, not really of this scale, but you know what I mean. We basically got Voyager Optimus Prime here, which I will be reviewing last in this series for all good reasons. So there you go. There's your size comparisons in vehicle form. Let's go ahead and take this guy into his robot form. Yes, yes, yes. It's kind of tricky, but hey, after a while, you really get used to it. So I like to go ahead and just start by splitting the arms, which are obviously the doors here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get them to untab here, which is very tricky at first, and it's still kind of tricky. I'm going to try and not touch the monotone chrome on the sides here. But again, this is not an easy task in hand. It does take a little forcing, but there we go. Now that I've freed his arms, let's just go ahead and finish up the transformation there by folding up the doors. Next step is I'm going to go ahead and remove his weapons here, and I'm going to go retrieve that one. So there we go. There we have that. Let's go ahead and continue on now by lifting this panel up, freeing this up just a little bit here so I can get my fingernails underneath and bring all that out. Take his legs, obviously. Go ahead and move these out of the way. Well, I think, yeah, I'm a little confused myself. I've only done this transformation a few times just to get the hang of it, so I'll go ahead and bring down his feet. Bring that panel down like so. Go ahead and flip this back, which is going to line up with the tire itself, and then rotate it like so. Bring this all back down and rotate it around, and there you go. There's one leg. Basically the same process here. Just pull this out like so. Flip that down. Bring down the leg all the way. Rotate this around. Just get that out of the way. Then fold all this back like so. Make sure it lines up with the tire, and there we go. There's one or both legs. Sorry. So go ahead and bring down the shoulders. Just get them out of the way. Open up his chest compartment here. We're going to take his front portion of the car here. Get everything out of the way so I can do this. Fold it down. Bring it under. Tab it in like so. That's a very nice transformation. I do like that. Bring all this up here like so. Get that folded up like so. Work right here with the shoulders here. You're supposed to flip all this around and then bring that up like so. Do the same thing here like so. And that's basically Bumblebee in a nutshell in his robot form, and he looks pretty good, to tell you the truth. I know there's a lot of complaining he's lacking of a paint job, but I gotta say, you know, to tell you the truth, I've never owned the Age of Extinction Bumblebee, but this is the exact same mold, so I'm giving my first preference on it. And I gotta say, tell you guys the truth, outside of lacking paint thereof for the legs, maybe there's some areas of the arm, it hits everything that I really want out of this figure. If it's really a big issue, all I got to do is just simply bring out my paintbrushes and some Tesser's paint and go to town on this guy. But, you know, that's really it. I mean, I do like that this figure actually has some key features that was not even mentioned in the instructions, which is weird. So he does have his battle mask, which can be flipped down. as long as you got fingernails, that is. And it doesn't go all the way down for some reason. That's about as far as it goes. But hey, this is a new battle mask. This isn't like the original one he had from the 2007 Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon movies. So, you know, I really do like it. I also like the attention to detail with that very tiny little Autobot symbol on his helmet. That's pretty cool. I did not expect that at all. Got some nice silver here for the chest bit. Some black up here to make up the fake car chest. We got some engineering going on here with some nice gunmetal gray. We got some silver here. We do have a pretty good paint job, just nothing at the legs, and I know complainers will complain, and I'm really not hating this figure. He does have also his cannon, which was not mentioned anywhere in the instructions. You just flip this around like so, and there we go, and there's a little bit of some gunmetal gray right there. So yeah, he's got a fair amount of paint. Oh, also his eyes are painted blue, so there we got that. He's a really cool figure. I really cannot say anything bad about him because, again, this is my first experience with this actual mold. I mean, if I had this figure before and now then I'd be reviewing the exact same figure over and over again, yeah, then maybe I would be complaining. So what you can do for his little ninja stars, I suppose, or shurikens as they're called, you can just tap them in like so into his hands. They don't stay in too secure, but as long as you don't mess around with the figure, they'll stay just fine. So there's that. Not much else to really say, except there is weapon storage, so they actually clip in here like so, if you wanted to, but they're quite tricky to get out. It's a very tight fit. It's not as snug as you think it would be, and it does hinder the articulation to the shoulders if you leave them in there. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to the articulation on this guy to wrap this up. So we got a ball jointed head. We got universal shoulders for up and down movement. Nice rotation going around, full 360 without any hindrance. We do have a hinge joint for up and down movement due to transformation. We do have an upper elbow swivel to make up for a bicep rotation that's not present. Nothing else beyond that except for a single hinged elbow joint on very nice clickety ratcheting joints. I do like that. Also satisfying. Nothing at the waist due to transformation. We do have universal legs. They're not ball jointed, so they do go up really good. I do like that. They do go back pretty good. We do have some inward and outward movement. As a matter of fact, we've got it all. There you go for you JCVD fans. You can do it. So yes, Bumblebee can pull it off. We do have a thigh swivel cut. It's nice. We do have single jointed knees, but they do go 90 degrees. Though they're pretty high on this figure. Kind of reminds me of RID Ultra Magnus, but hey, I guess it's due to the transformation engineering. Last portion of articulation is down here at the feet with not just one hinge, but two hinges due to transformation, and that's basically it. There's no ankle rocker pivot, which would really make this figure on par, but, you know, it's good for what it is. So there you have that. So, maybe I am a little biased by the fact that I've never owned this figure, but as it stands, he's still pretty legit. I mean, he gives me everything that I want. Again, if a paint job is the issue, then I can just paint the figure myself and be done with it. I know I shouldn't have to, but hey, in the world we live in, when it comes to Hasbro, they're always lacking of paint in some areas that we just gotta overlook or just do something about with it. So anyway, let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparisons to wrap up this video review. So here he is in scale with the previously reviewed deluxe action figure, Berserker. And these figures look good next to each other. I mean, there's no complaining here. I really do like this line so far. This is some really, really nice action figures that I just regret missing out on back then with Age of Extinction. But hey, I'm making up for it now, like I said. So that's going to do it, guys. I've got nothing else to say. I've given my 2 cents, and I've already told you this figure is a must-buy. But, again, if the paint job is the problem, then you might want to go on eBay and look for the original mold of this figure, which was the Age of Extinction Deluxe Bumblebee, which does have a very superior paint job and should be considered the premier edition version of this Bumblebee. Sadly, though, it's not. So, questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. If you like today's video review, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see other video reviews similar to the one you're seeing here today. From the reviewing station, this is your King Red is Power signing off, saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.